Hello, everybody, and welcome to Deutschman Speaks. And today we're talking about a very sad thing that happened on November 13th, 2015, which, of course, many of you all know is the day that Paris terrorist attacks happened. And there's been a large movement on social media, Pray for Paris, and it is trending, obviously. It is everywhere you look. Many people have also posted the Pray for Syria, Pray for Humanity. This is one that gets me. I see humans, but I see no humanity. And today, I want to talk about the stupid way people have taken what has happened in Paris. Now, of course, it was a travesty. I believe 126 people died, and regardless of the numbers, people died, and it should be regarded as a time of mourning, along with the other travesties that occurred that day. But I want to talk about both sides, because many people on the right and the left are just so wrong in both of their arguments. First of all, I want to talk about the right first. Now that this has happened, we are succumbing to a large wave of both PC police and Islamic. Can't even speak today. Problem with speaking two languages. Islamophobic. That's the word. So, the right, many Republican presidential candidates have come out and said that if they are elected president, Syrian refugees will stop coming over this border. Many of you may have seen Donald Trump's "What is our president doing?" video. And I have a question for these people. If you are willing to let a family die, if you're totally okay with they're not American, so their lives matter less. If you're okay with that, and if you agree with that statement, what makes you any different from the terrorists inside ISIS? I mean, you both devalue the opposing life forms. You both say if a woman and children dies of their side, then it's totally fine. Which is ridiculous. You know, in World War II, college students were asked, should we allow the Jewish refugees in I believe 1938, 1 year before America enters the war. College students were asked this question. You want to know something crazy? 66% of college students said we should not let the Jewish refugees into the United States in 1938. Now, of course, if you ask anyone that question today, I guarantee many of people who aren't anti-Semitic would say that allowing the Jews in during World War II was a good thing. And of course it was. But today, we're in a state of fear. If you allow yourself to be terrified by terrorists, and this is directed at the presidential candidates, if you allow yourself to be terrified by terrorists, then you're not a good leader. You're not the person fit for the job. And to people who are afraid of a terrorist attack in the United States, I may be pessimistic, I'm sorry, but I feel like a terrorist attack is possibly imminent. Now, I know people will fear this, and I'm making this video as of, I believe, November 18th. So, as of this time, there's been no such thing of ISIS related. But I want to direct this towards the American people. Do not let yourself cave into fear, because that's what the terrorists want. They want you to be fearful, because you know that you can die before the flu. before you die in a terrorist attack. You are more likely to die on your way to work today than you are to die from a terrorist attack. Just in a car accident. You're more likely to die from the common flu than to die from a terrorist attack. So this ultimate fear of terrorists and refugees. Now, some of them, obviously concerns about terrorists, are justified, but keep in mind that ISIS is not going to take over the world as much as they think they are going to. This is not an invasion of a people. This is not on the status of a real war, I would call it. It's not. It is a war, but it's not. We're not invading. We're not putting massive forces on the ground and, we're not going all out total war. This is more of a battle, an ideological battle, and in some cases, an actual battle, as we saw in Paris. Now, that was my rant on the right. Now, the left is not inexcusable either. I've been hearing a lot of talk about how terrorism has no religion. And frankly, that is BS. Now, I'm not saying Islam is terrorist religion, because I believe every religion is terrorism's religion. Sorry about that. Had a thing going on. Probably edit this out. If I can't, super awkward, sorry. But terrorism does have religion. It's been every religion. I'll make another video explaining more in detail about this subject, but frankly, this is mainly directed at Islam because this is the religion up in the air about whether it's terrorist or not. Now, people on the left say that Islam is a peaceful religion and that these ISIS fighters are tainting, they're perverting the religion of Islam. Now, first, before I be called Islamophobic bigot, I want to say that I do have friends. I have friends that are from the Islamic faith. I have 3 friends from Turkey, 2 friends from Iran, and a few friends from Palestine. And they are some of the nicest people I've ever met. Now, it may come a shock to some people on the right, but Muslims are actually real people, and they are really, really awesome people. But they are like any other people. You're gonna have your cool people, and you're gonna have your dickheads, frankly. But actually directed at the religion, I have here some quotes from the Quran, and I want you to decide if Islam is actually a peaceful religion. So, Quran 8:12. I shall terrorize the infidels, so wound their bodies and incapacitate them because they oppose Allah and His apostle. Next one, Quran 9:5. Fight and kill the disbelievers, wherever you may find them. Take them captive, harass them. Sorry. Wow. Again, I have to edit that out. Restart. Quran 9:5. Fight and kill the disbelievers, wherever you find them. Take them captive, harass them. Then, hold on, give me a second. It's hard to read through this thing. Then lie in wait and ambush them using every strategy of war possible. Last one, and I think this is the most shocking of them all, says, Quran 9:112. The believers, my bad, I'm ruining all of these quotes, I'm sorry. The believers fight in Allah's cause. They slay and are slain. They kill and are killed. Now, all of those quotes, I would personally say, characterize the Islamic fight. Now, there are many quotes like this, and I could read you plenty more, and as you saw, mess them up plenty more. But I feel as though these well explain the ISIS cause. people say that ISIS fighters are not real fighters. Well, I say to them, apparently, according to the Quran, their own holy book, the ISIS fighters are the only true Muslims. They're the only true people actually doing what the Quran says. And of course it's wrong. Of course it's a horrible thing that should not be done. I'm saying this to the people who say that the fighters in ISIS are not Muslims. Apparently, to the own religion's book, they are the only ones doing what the book asks them to do. Now, of course, there are many people who actually have a mind and do not go out and kill people who are Muslim. And to those people, I want to say, of course, thank you, because after reading those quotes, yeah. But I want to say a weight has been put upon you. Unfortunately, it's not my decision, but a weight has been put upon you by our society that says you must condone these acts. And of course, a sane person would condone these acts. But to the Muslims who aren't ISIS fighters especially, because right now, your religion is being put under the microscope. And if you don't defend your religion with some unviolent quotes from the Quran, and I'm sure there are many, but one peaceful quote does not negate a violent quote. Whatever's in the book is in the book. But yeah, there has been a call upon all Muslims to justify their faith, sadly. So, final thoughts. The right needs to stop. The right needs to realize that people are people. There are going to be bad guys and there are going to be good guys. But in this situation, why would we purposely let hundreds of thousands of people possibly die or have their lives or families destroyed just because one or a few people might be ISIS fighters? Well, then we increase we increase the strength of our background checks. We make sure that these people don't get in. And if they get in, there are already ISIS fighters in the United States, according to them. So, and to the left, I would say that Islam is not a religion of peace. But neither is Christianity. I'm sorry if Muslims are offended by this speech. Don't take it personally. I'm not attacking just your faith. I think terrorism does have religion. It is religion itself. It is Christianity. It is Judaism. It is Islam. So, that's my rant for today. Sorry for messing up on the words. I am struggling a little bit with the German and English coming at me from both sides. So, this has been Deutschman, and thumbs up if you support or don't support, whatever, just thumbs up anyways. I mean, come on. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm too tired and lazy to ramble on anymore, so bye. Can't even end the video. If I can't edit this out, this is super awkward.